That is the sound of the jar of names. She'll find a name. This video is for everyone, including but not excluded to Beth Ashworth. Back in the jar of names we go. I think I've already had her name before, like last week or so, but I can't remember. Anyway, that's the jar of names. So, welcome to A Cup of Tea and a Podcast. This is the cup of tea. It's going to be really hot. And this is the podcast. Right, so welcome to welcome to July. It should be the 4th. It's not the 4th, but it should be the 4th. It's the 8th, actually. But yes, of course, the podcast and all that sort of stuff. Right, so if you want to skip ahead in this podcast, I keep saying podcast, you can go to my first comment. You can skip to this week's update, this week's topic, this week's TV time. Change the page. This week's birthday. Got a birthday this week. And this week's question. Right, let's start with update, which I have not written on my page, but that's okay because I can make it up as I go along. What's been going on? Still not caught up. It's weird. I get in these bad sort of times where it's like I don't really get stuff done. Plus, I bought Age of Empires, the first one, so I've been playing that. Plus, I did a few extra hours of work on the Wednesday, and that it sort of like ruins the whole week, sort of thing. It's like ugh, because the Tuesday's ruined. It's like ugh, and it sort of gets. Yeah, it sort of stops me from doing stuff. Plus, I lose Wednesday because I fall asleep as soon as I get home because it's 10 hours. But yeah, these things happen. Am I recording? Yeah, these things happen, so I did not catch up, but we'll talk more about that later in the, what's it called? In the goals. But that's it for the update. Let's go on to topic. Let's talk about the videos coming up soon then, shall we then? Right, well, what you're listening to right now is the podcast. That's what you're listening to. That's that. I need a cup of tea in a minute. It's still too hot, though. And then after this, we're going to have a Fable Adventure video called Completing Quests, in inverted commas. And then after that, we've got a Bioshock 2 episode called Rationing Adam. And then after that, we've got a Fable Adventure video called Not Yet, which is a quote from a film. Can you guess what film it is? If you know, then you probably guess what we're doing. Then a Bioshock 2 episode is out after that called Yellow Cookies. You remember Yellow Cookies from the first game? I think I've mentioned during this Let's Play already. And then we've got after that a Fable Adventure called To-Do List. And we do not have a pointing episode this week, so that's all the videos. Right. So hint... Oh, my bloody keyboard. For some reason, it keeps holding down the dash button. I don't know why. I need a new one, I think. Yes. So the hint last week for the Cup of Orange video was sort of... It was ROMIIAG, which was obviously a hint about what video we're going to be doing. Most people got it right. We'll see who later on. Although, sadly, that video is probably not out yet, actually. It's out very soon, because, again, you get into these bad times and I don't get things done. I sort of lose the motivation. Not the motivation, lose the... I suppose motivation, yeah. It's not the motivation. It's more about the flow. I lose the flow. And then I need to get the flow back. And that's obviously when I fall behind and stuff like that. But yes, but that should be out hopefully soon. So for those of you that guessed it right, you've still got that to look forward to. There was a Independence Day special video on as well, which that was on the Monday when this was supposed to be out. So that was out at least. So at least there was one Cup of Adventure. That still sort of makes me a little bit happy, but still not good, so I need to get more out. Okay, and this week's hint for the video after the origami video, there has been a code that's been applied to this phrase. You have to try and figure out what the code is, and then you can decipher what it means. It's a very simple one, so you can probably work it out. But the code is DSFTT. Now, I've applied a code to it, so you've got to try and figure out what the code is to decipher it. That's all I'm going to say. It's very simple, so don't think too hard. Just try and think about what code could have been implemented to it. Cool. Right then. Is that it for the names? It is. Let's go on to TV time then. So, like it was pointed out last week from a fellow community member, Marco Polo's back on. And because I could not remember who or what or anyone was, after the first 5 minutes of Marco Polo Season 2, I went back and watched the first series of Marco Polo, which is probably why I lost the flow as well, actually, now I think about it in hindsight. But yeah, it's actually really good. I really enjoyed the first one. The first series is just amazing. I've seen it before, but it's just great. It's still great, because I couldn't remember most of it, but now I can. It's just like, oh, it's so good. And I love it. Season 2, I've only watched the first episode, and I was not that impressed, actually. I need to get back into it. I've only seen the first, and I've sort of stopped because I wanted to get this stuff done. So what I'll do is probably tomorrow, which is the Saturday, the 9th, I might watch the next one because that's sort of my chill out day, and hopefully I'll get, because talk about this in goals, but I think this week is going to get caught up. I feel like it. I've been doing very good in the last few days, but I'll tell you about that later in the goals. But that's that. No, there's another thing as well. The Musketeers are still going strong. I've got to talk about it. I like it's Rupert Everett, who was the actor that I was trying to think of, who was in Trillions and stuff. I still like him in it. It's sad to think this is the last series of it. Like, it's still quite a good thing. I would like to see what the next BBC thing will be, because they always seem to have like a drama series. It was Merlin, then it was something else. It was Atlantis, and then it was the Musketeers, or was it not? But so hopefully the next thing will be quite good as well. So I'm always excited about the BBC drama thing on the Saturday or the Sunday. So it'll be nice to see what the next one is. But sad to see this one go. I haven't got a question. I've just seen later on. I'll think of one. Right, so let's go on to the community section now. Let's go on to Mention Monday. These are the people that commented on the last week's videos. Or I'll say last week. They were the last videos uploaded since the last podcast. We have about 11 names, I believe. We have Eli Gannon, Nick Pro, Horia, 40k Wireman, Winterman925, Max Ravage, Dragonlord 55511, Trinity Gamer, LPS Axu, 8-Ball Reaper, and Sick Veins. It's supposed to be Sick Vines, I believe. Or is that Vines? No, that's not Vines. Vines is Bins. Yes, so some new people there, and some returning people, and some people that seem to be becoming regulars. So welcome back. Right, let's go on to Q&A then. So we have 3 questions. Ooh, one I didn't do. We've got 3 questions. Winterman925 says, so will you be playing Halo 2 after this? I just want to know if I should wait or not. Halo 2, yes. So what would happen if I was to play Halo 2 is I would play the first one first. So no, not after this. Oh, actually didn't answer your question, did I? Properly, sorry. Get confused. I need to have a cup of tea. It's hot. Yes, so Halo 2 I would play after Halo 1, but I don't know whether I'd play the Halo series unless someone requested it. But the thing behind that comment is you didn't mean Halo 2, you meant Fable 2. And yes, I will definitely be doing Halo 2. I can't wait. I'm really enjoying Fable at the moment. Just loving it. Absolutely fantastic. So yes, definitely will be playing Fable 2. Whether or not it's after it won't be after, no. But it will probably be sooner than what I had planned, because I just want to play it so much. It's just so good. Such a good game, the first one. And I can't wait to play the second one. So it won't be straight after, no, but it'll be soon after. Perhaps within the next 3 Let's Plays time. And then we have Dragonlord 55511 says, hello Sir JD262, I have a question and a riddle for you. Question, are you planning or thinking of playing any of the Dragon Age, Final Fantasy or Mass Effect games? If not, perhaps any of the Nintendo games? Right, let's start with the Nintendo games. Nintendo games, to play them, you have to become a Nintendo partner on YouTube or something. And apparently to get that, you have to be very big and you have to exclusively do Nintendo things. I don't think that's 100% the case, but I think that's how you get in, probably. So, probably no Nintendo games for now. Would like to in the future, but we'll see how that goes. Dragon Age, I think I can do Dragon Age. I've definitely got it, hopefully, planned. Final Fantasy, I don't think I can do Square Enix games, unfortunately. I'm not sure. I need to look at that. Mass Effect, I think I can do Mass Effect. That's the same guys as Dragon Age? It's EA, isn't it? I think EA, you have to apply to do it. So I think you can get in that. It's more simple than the Nintendo. So I'll try that. But yeah, hopefully we'll do one day. It's definitely looking forward to Dragon Age if I can. But that'll be a big Let's Play again when I'm doing lots of them recently. And the riddle is, when I'm born, I stay in the sun. A little time, I make crazy. A little time, I make crazy. When I'm old, I'm worth a fortune. What am I? Hint, it is the beverage that Italians, French and the Dutch are very fond of, made from red or white berries that grow in a vine, that when distilled it makes brandy. In older times, lead was added to make it taste sweet, and is often drink for choice for medieval nobility on modern-day romantic evening. Wine, because apparently it gets better with age. But perhaps that's not true. Or but perhaps it is. And we've got one from Horia who says, here's a riddle for you, or more of a task. Try to find out what Whizpopper means and where it is from. I could probably try and find out. I feel like this is going to be impossible. Like, I feel like this is retaliation from my Tarzan thing. Right, but Whizpopper, I believe, is my guess at the moment. I'll Google it in a minute to find out, but I believe it might be from a Roald Dahl thing. It sounds like a Roald Dahl word. So I'm going to say it's a Roald Dahl word. And what does it mean? Fizzy drinks. Like alcohol sort of thing from the BFG. I think that might be it, actually. I'm just going to check. Okay, so I did get it right. It was from the BFG. And it's not really an alcoholic drink. It's more of a drink that makes you fart, from what I gathered. But yeah, I thought I heard it from Roald Dahl before. just got the contents of what it is a little bit wrong. Right then, so after questions, it is subscribers. So last week we had 1,179, and we've gone up by 4 to 1,183, but we've got a few names. We have Ninja T _, Chris Plishta, Carrie Retzer, Memod Carrier, Jay, and Cold Ridge. So welcome to the community. If you have ever tried with Popper, send me a pigeon or a smoke signal. Right, so after subscribers, we're going to go on to birthday. We have a birthday this week. It's actually today when this is uploaded, or it should have been probably a little bit late, unfortunately, because we're a bit behind. But we want to wish a very big happy birthday to Horia. It is on the 8th, which is the Friday of the July. So happy birthday, Horia. Well, many happy returns. Hope you got some very nice gifts, or if you don't get gifts, then I hope you had a very nice day. That's it. So happy birthday, Horia. Right, and let's go on to question next. Right, so last week's question was, what game do you want me to play next? I believe we've got a few responses. Eli Gannon says some games that are close to my heart. Sly Cooper and Jack Daxter series. I would love to do them. Unfortunately, Sucker Punch and Naughty Dog, or more specifically, Sony, sorry. Because I think Sony owns Jack and Daxter, and maybe Sly Cooper as well, actually. Sony are very fickle with their copyright permissions. I can't do anything that's not on the PlayStation 4. If they've released it on PlayStation 4 Store as a download title, I might be able to do it, but not if it's not on PlayStation 4, because there's like a little loophole, like with the Dark Cloud. I could only do that if I record it using the PlayStation 4's features, because that's the sort of like the what's the word? The sort of the scapegoat that I use. I use it because it's in the terms of the PlayStation 4. It says you can broadcast using the share feature, but I can't do that in PlayStation 3 because it didn't exist back then. So unless they bring it out on the PlayStation 4 store, then no, I can't. Horia says he does want me to play Azura's Wraths, and it looks like it's going to be Azura's Wrath right now because I can't do what Eli Gannon said. And we also have one from 40k Romo who says any game. So obviously the choice there would be Azura's Wrath. So that's probably going to be Azura's Wrath. I don't think it's my sort of game, but I'm going to play it anyway because I said I would, and I would like to do something you suggested because people always do, and I don't really do it because obviously I plan far, far ahead anyway. So yeah, but I'd like to do it anyway just to sort of add one to my roster. And let's go on to this week's question, which is, will you be playing, or have you been playing Pokemon Go? Oh my god, it looks so good. Like, I've been watching videos of it. I did get the cheat version, but I heard that it might be able to block some accounts, so I thought I'll just wait until it gets released in the UK. But oh my god, I want to play it so bad. It's going to be so good. I go running by a lake. Oh, it's going to be so good. I'm going to find like loads of water Pokemon. It's going to be amazing. I just can't wait. I want to play Pokemon Go so bad. I tried to get a name when I was playing the cheat version, and I wanted Trainer JD because it's like the whole sort of lore behind my channel stuff where I do that, where it's like Farmer JD, King JD, Tower JD sort of thing. Tower JD? When was I ever a tower? When was I ever a king now I think about it? But it was taken, so now I had to try and hold an assortment of different things, and it's like, oh. I mean, if you can think of a different version of that, then let me know. But the question for today is, will you be playing or have you been playing? It's just been, I can't wait. It's going to be so good. Right, let's go on to this week's comment then. So this week's comment goes to Horia and Eli Gannon because they got the hint or the riddle right last week about the... bloody, I forgot the words. Anagram? Anagram, yeah. Anagram. Yeah, that's the right one. Yes, they got it right. I assume Eli Gannon got it right. Horia specifically mentioned it was what it was. Eli Gannon sort of mentioned about it. Didn't say what it was, but he mentioned about it, so I assume he got it right. So that's why those two have got this week's comment, because they got it right. And it was the first sort of big sort of quiz thing that we did. Right, let's get on to this week's goals then. So, like I said, last week's goal was to catch up by Tuesday. That completely failed because I just lost the flow. I've seemed to have got the flow back. Like, I've nearly crossed off everything on my list today, which is good. So, as long as I can keep it going, I'll be fine. So this week's goal, I need to pull the finger out and get these videos caught up by Tuesday. That is the goal. Should happen. This podcast is going out tonight because it's Horia's birthday. I've got... the next video ready to render, which I'll render tonight when I'm sleeping and upload it while I'm at work on the Saturday. And then while I'm at work, I will render while the other one's uploading the next one, which I'm going to edit when I've done this. And then I just need to get hold of the other two to get uploaded onto the Sunday, and then the last two on the Monday, which should happen, and then catch up with everything else on the Tuesday, which is the podcast, and then 2 other episodes as well, which hopefully should happen. Hopefully. So that's this week's goal, and hopefully it can happen, but we'll see what happens. But hopefully it will work. Right then. And that's it. It feels like quite a lengthy one, as usual. It is. Lots to catch up on. Lots of names, actually, this week. But yeah, apologise for all the late videos. Happy birthday to Horia. And hopefully everything will be sorted out after we've all caught up and stuff. But yeah, so I'm going to finish this cup of tea now. Oh wait, no, I looked at the song, so that probably takes some time off of that. But anyway, yeah. Right, so that's it then. And because I'm so excited about Pokemon Go, I will leave you with What Show? I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was. Do, 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 do.